Hey, good afternoon and welcome to Search for Truth Reality. My name is Walter Noah. Today I have a little bit of a different kind of a video for you. This one's a teaser. It's a teaser for the William Tompkins channeling session that I did with a fellow YouTube creator, Diet. You can find Diet out on the website, on her website, www.reincarnatedmormon.com. I met Diet online through YouTube when I was searching for other channeling type videos, and I discovered her website and found at the time she was brand new to this channeling thing and was kind of trying it out. And I was lucky enough to get a free reading from her last year. And we actually did a collaborative video where we channeled in reptilians. I don't think we're going to be doing that again because it got kind of dark, but that just kind of sets the stage here. Since then, Bill has passed on, and a few weeks after that, Diet sent me an email saying that she feels like Bill Tompkins was kind of tapping her to contact me to do a collaborative. And she came out to California to visit some friends, and we, on a Saturday, shot a collaborative video, and we channel William Tompkins. This particular video is short. It will contain a couple of messages from Bill. The first message from Bill is to the team that's writing his book. If you don't know, Bill published a book. He's got a second book that he was working on just before he passed away, and he did have a team of people helping him. He needed some help. Anyhow, they're continuing to write Bill's book and are dedicated to getting it published. The first message is for them. The second message is for his wife, Mary, and it's really quite a touching message, and it was interesting to see how it unfolded, considering the emotion and how, seeing how Diet was affected. I think you'll find it pretty interesting too. The third item really has nothing to do with Bill. I just asked Diet on a whim if she could channel higher self. She said that she could. She did. You're about to see it. And I'm hoping I'm not regretting the decision of sharing it with you. Anyhow, have a look at it. If you don't believe in this stuff, just don't be nasty. You can take that somewhere else. But if you have an interest, you want to share some things, post a comment. Like it, don't like it. Share it, and as usual, subscribe if you're new to my channel. It helps me to continue what I'm doing here, standing in the woods, talking to camera all by myself, and sharing that with you. Anyhow, without further ado, here we go with Diet channeling William Tompkins.
All right, well.
Bill, do you have any message for the team that's writing your book?
Oh, that'd be good.
Your second book? Bob, Will, Michael.
This is why I wish them all the best. I want it to be as real as possible. No forgery of anything. If they can't find documents that they're wanting, just go with what they've got and make it as real as possible. He says, I'm really wanting to make sure if there's any frustrations on their end where they're not connecting pieces to where they want to go, that to keep it, he says very authentic, very of the originals. And I'm excited about it. And he says, I back them up completely as long as they stay along this line, to not bring in anything else that they would try to facilitate their idea behind it, just to keep everything exactly the way that I had portrayed it.
Cool, excellent. At the risk of sounding insensitive, and I'll apologize in advance if this is, I'd like to ask if you have a message for your wife, Mary.
He says, no, I've been wanting to connect with her. I feel at a loss with her. I left at a time when I wasn't able to fully understand on my own, when my time was up, and I feel that I have left her not knowing some peace behind it. And I would want her to know that I'm okay, and that, this stuff is very important to me. It drove my life's path, but my heart has been with her since I've crossed over. I've never left her side, and I visit her every day. Sorry, he's giving me a lot of loving emotions with her. I don't want her to feel alone. I'm bringing family to be by her side in any way that I can, and know soon, my dear, that you will join me, and that my work with these beings was just as important as you being by my side, and I am always grateful to that. And that's what I really would have wanted to say before my passing, that you were truly there for me, and that I am grateful for that. I love when they just all of a sudden flood you with how they're feeling, and you're like, no.
So you can actually feel this, so he's giving you...
Yeah, you feel like you really missed that person, and you feel like you didn't get to say the things that you wanted to say before crossing over it. I felt like it maybe took him as a surprise, and her, and he wanted her to know that, you know, and I think maybe with some of that there was some feeling on her end that, you know, was I as important as some of the work that you did? And he's validating that she was. He liked having her there.
Yeah, it was clear. I mean, from the day I met them, that was a strong bond between those two. I mean, he adored her.
That's good.
He just so much adored her. It's beautiful.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, is there more questions that you may have?
Let's see. Let me dip into my little notebook.
Dip into the black notebook of shame.
This is my YouTube notebook. So when you go unlock the space, they give you a little.
That is good.
Little Molly notebook, moleskin. Do you channel higher self? Mm-hmm. Could you reach out for me?
Your higher self?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go there?
Yeah, I want to go there. Okay. I'll do it on camera. We'll cut out what we don't want to make public. And then we'll go to Tessa.
Okay. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, interesting. Seeing a young man in a spacesuit as your higher self. Okay, any messages? Hold on a sec, this one's getting complex. You have been given many choices to move along your path, your journey, your decisions based on what you've experienced. You've been given opportunities to explore these things more further than many others have. Part of your path, part of your objective here is to support those that have also had experiences, and to allow them to come forth with them in confidence. I asked him if there was anything about like disclosure or anything, you know, more to do with delving into other people's ET experience. He says only to know that you have been given the gift of connections. And for this, people can be drawn to you from higher realms. You can do what you will with the information that has been given to you, but know that it is a big part of your life's journey to delve into not just one story, but many others, and to bridge the gap between their fear and understanding that it is part of an experience that is of the greater good. He says, don't stop yourself at just one experience, but move beyond and connect with many. So the visual was almost like a book where there's not just one ET experience, but there's several different people's, and you're helping a lot of different people connect their experience and allowing them to process what had happened. Do you have any questions on that?
Use of the word gift of contacts. And I interpret that to mean, at first I thought it meant to I relate to the gift that was given to me, which I can't even quantify. I don't even know what it is. I couldn't put it into words. But with context, so then as you went on, I thought in terms of other people that I've connected with. And I think I'm doing that through my channel. You know, I have been given a unique opportunity to go out and meet all kinds of people. You know, and I want to do more of it, so it seems like I'm at least consistent with my higher.
Yeah, let me ask him about the gift and see if there's anything he has to say about that. He says mainly to know that part of this gift was an internal knowing, a guidance director for him, to not question the stories told, at least to the extent where he would doubt that the experience could take place. Perhaps there were details of the experience that don't ring up. That is fine. But in a level internally, you understand that this is part of the path that you've chosen, to fully accept that reality can be altered in a way where someone can experience something out of this dimension and have it part of their life in a sense.
Guidance director. I've never heard that. Have you?
Guidance, is that what I said?
Yeah.
Guidance
Yeah,
director.
the gift was a guidance director.
Oh, I thought he said something about part of the gift was sort of like intuitively knowing.
Yeah, that was part of it too, but the first
Okay.
thing, the phrase he used, I locked onto that. It
Okay.
was really interesting.
Okay, good, because I don't remember what I
Well,
had
think
said.
about it. I mean, so I'm thinking about, for me, okay, as a guidance director. So this is like a point of origin. Now I can listen to what other people have to say because I've had the experience, which is consistent.
Yeah,
I won't, I can consider it.
yeah.
Yeah, which I do, and that's what I'm all about, I think.
So then that seems like that was part of the download or whatever
Yeah.
you got as the
What's the
ticket.
spacesuit? What's the getup? What's he wearing?
Yeah, let's see what that's all about. I said, well, why are you showing me yourself in a space suit? He says, well, this is where I am at. This is where I spend my time outside of the dimensional reality that Walter is in at the 3D. I spend time bridging gaps, working on ships and making communications from other dimensions. Basically, you can call me a bridge connector. I don't know.
Are you on me? Are you on a ship? Am I hearing that right? You're on some kind of a dimensional ship,
He says, yes, I am on a ship.
like a Star Trek kind of thing. You're like a technician on board, or
He says, I don't know if I like technician. I don't work on the ship. I am not a worker. I travel. I do traveling and connect into the dimensions of other realms and connect them to one another.
interconnecting species in various
Is it
realms.
species? He says more. Let me see. He says, well, that is part of it, but it is also connecting conscious thought of other dimensions into a single line. So what he showed me was like you have a bridge and you have all these other dimensions. And it looks like your higher self helps bridge these gaps so that it feels more like a streamline versus going into like all these different avenues to get to, I guess, different thought, if that makes sense. I don't feel like it was a lot about species. I feel like it was more to do with consciousness streams. Yeah.
Between dimensions on a bigger level.
Yeah, conscious streams.
Now that brings new meaning to a lucid dream I had about bridges.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so in this vision, this dream of mine, it was like I'm this engineer. And
Okay.
I'm designing this bridge, and I'd make a stroke here, and then it would come into reality over there. Oh, no, that's not right. And I didn't even have to. It's not even like I'm having to make a physical stroke. It's all with the mind.
It was in your mind.
So, but things would happen here and become reality over there.
Okay.
And I was completing this bridge.
That's cool because he didn't resonate with when you said technician, like he didn't work
Right.
on the ship and build that, where some could, but he felt
Right.
more inclined to say that he worked with consciousness.
Yeah. Huh. What's his take on that dream with the bridge?
Let's
Yeah.
see if there's,
If he's got anything on that.
He says basically the general idea that you don't need pen and paper to actually create connections. You do it through higher thought processes that can manifest into a physical reality. You would never need to pick up a pencil again if you understood that connections can be made and expelled into a physical reality. He says it was just for you to put the pieces together of that purpose, not necessarily, because I was like, well, was it to show you kind of your life path? And he was like, not necessarily, it was to show you like how to manifest, how things manifest without pen and paper.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, we'll go on to Tesla. Thank him. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what to say in that
Thank
case.
you, Walter, in the spaceship.
In the space, that's what was it? A color? Could you see like what if he was?
It was a
wearing?
bluish.
It's blue.
Yeah, it was like a dark blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looked different than what the Nordics would wear, but kind of similar, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
They must have some way to distinguish themselves with the way they wear their clothing. I don't know if that's a thing.
Remember
but
Moreau? We were talking about Moreau.
Oh, he had that little
with the collar and that blue thing.
Yeah. So there must be something to do with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tesla.